Hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org. Right here we got Acer Aspire a515, that's what it says right here, -46 series, n18q13. And the problem is the power connector right here. As you can see, pin is no longer in there. And we're gonna take it apart and hopefully we're gonna fix it up. So let's begin. Should be a relatively easy laptop to work on, and we do get a lot of motherboards from it. So if you wanna, you could send us just the motherboard. It's gonna be cheaper slightly. So let's take it apart. Where did you go, this screw? All right, screw is found right here. Now, one thing to keep in mind, aftermarket doesn't usually have a proper plug for this jack. For example, this is an aftermarket power supply that the client sent in, and this aftermarket power supply has a huge central hole right here in the plug, and the pin inside is really small for this guy. So my understanding that the reason why this guy broke probably because of this aftermarket power supply. So I will replace the jack, no big deal, but I haven't seen many aftermarket power supplies that are good for this type of laptop. Let's see, that's the payment here. By the way, we charge it. Oh, by the way, it says Acer Aspire 5. So let's just say Acer Aspire 5. Acer Aspire 5. All right, let's try and break the shell. All right, so we take guitar pick and we just go through already. Come on. No screws. I was thinking there is a screw maybe someplace there. Okay. All right. Now keep in mind the battery there is not attached to anything, so it's kind of loose battery all the time. So the first thing you want to do, you want to remove this battery from the system, and again it's really easy to remove it. Don't go in there with any metal. All right, so now once the battery is out, you can pretty much do anything here. All right, so you want to flip up this hinge, flip up that hinge. All right, you want to disconnect this cable right here. Oh, keep in mind, once you disconnect this guy and you have a bit liker on the system, many of the systems have a bit liker, and I'm not sure if this system has a bit liker, and I'm not sure if the client knows if this system has a bit liker. So what I'm probably gonna do, I'm probably not gonna disconnect this battery right here, because we got so many complaints every day that, you know what, my system had the bit liker and I don't know the bit liker code. Usually you can get it from the Microsoft website, but quite honestly, it just so happens that it's really a pain in the butt. People try to secure their system the best they can, and sometimes they secure it so much that you can't really unsecure it in any way, shape, or form. So here, all right, like that. Now let's unscrew this guy, unscrew that guy, unscrew this guy. All right. Ready. Okay, good job. Now let's disconnect this guy right here. All right. By the way, we do accept donations. We do like likes. Subscribe. I will explain which laptops I would buy, which ones I wouldn't. This one is a relatively good laptop. I mean, I have nothing against it. I have nothing against it except that there is no aftermarket power supplies for it. Quite honestly, not many of those. So what I want to do, I probably want to remove this battery here and leave the battery plugged in while I'm working on the jack. As you can see, the pin on the jack went to the side, You see it's kind of smashed into there. All right. So if you want, you could send us just the motherboard. It's going to be, depends on inflation. Again, it should be 60 bucks. So here, what we're going to do right here is we're going to put some thermal tape. Here we're going to put some also Kapton tape. Kapton tape is a thermal tape that doesn't let everything to melt around here. All right. So I don't want this connector to melt. And I don't want it to melt here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flux to those joints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna add some new solder. New solder gonna mix with the old solder, and we're gonna pop this guy right out, and then we're gonna pop the new one right in. Let me show you how to do it. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add some flux right there. Flux will let the new solder penetrate deeper into the motherboard. All right, so we're gonna power up hot air. Here we're gonna be adding new solder. I know it's counterintuitive to add new solder to the old solder, but again, we're gonna lower the melting temperature of the unleaded base solder. That's probably silver base solder. And we're gonna lower the melting temperature so that we can pop this guy right out. Probably need to do the same thing on the other side. Maybe, maybe not. We will see in a second. Oh no, we don't need to do anything here. It comes in, coming right out. Good job. All right, now what we want to do is yeah, good job. Alrighty. All right, so you want to remove the thermal tape. All right, let's remove the tape. Alrighty. Like that, and like that. All right, so tape is removed. We're gonna put some flux on this side so that everything would penetrate. We're gonna install the new connector in place right here. By the way, you can buy a new connector from the link below. We have a website where we do the repairs, and we have a website where we sell the parts from. So I will try to link it. Link is in the description, it's called. All right. Alrighty. All right. let's put some pressure here. All right. No, it's exactly the same jack, same manufacturer, same everything. There's only a couple of manufacturers that make the jacks, so they always OEM. Nobody gonna be doing a knockoff power jack replacement. Don't worry about that. All right, looks good to me. Looks wonderful. Now this is the old one. That's the new one. All right, so what we want to do is we want to clean up the working area like that and like that, and wipe everything clean here. Beautiful, amazing. You see, better than factory. Good job. All right, guys. All right, so the reason I didn't want to disconnect the battery, CMOS battery, because those Acers again are known for having a bit liker system on them, and the bit liker, your motherboard remembers the bit liker number as long as you don't disconnect the battery. All right. If you don't have a bit liker, disconnect the battery. If you do have a bit liker, it's probably not a wise idea to, you know what, let me just double check to make sure that the current goes through the motherboard just fine. Let's see. All right, so we got connection here. All right, and we got, and we don't get anything. No, we do get. All right, yeah. Yeah, good job. Should work fine. Again, thank you, Acer, for making this laptop for us. I have nothing against Acers. They make everything simple to take apart, simple to work on. They don't make anything on purpose to break. I like that about that company. I don't remember an Acer. I never seen an Acer that makes something that's supposed to die in about a year or two. They always made laptops that are just laptops. There is nothing in there that meant to break soon. Now those connections obviously break, but that's pretty much human factor. I mean, it's once you start shoving something that's not supposed to be shoved in there, it's your problem. It's not the laptop's problem. It's purely kids using it, wives using it in bed, or girlfriends, who knows, I don't know. So dogs running over the plugs. All right, looks good. And here, first you want to close the hinge first. Make sure the wire is all the way out. Close the hinge, all right? Then you want to screw down the hinge. All right. All right, so screw down the hinge. Flip this guy over. All right, good job, good job. Okay. Make sure it all goes in fine. Just fine. Okay, good job. And then you got this wire right here. Alrighty. Just like that. And here we got the SSD and VME. Oh, no, that's a small tiny screw. Somebody texted me at the wrong time. We found it after like 5 minutes of searching all over my floor. I need to magnetize my screwdrivers a bit more, but I don't like magnetized screwdrivers to be all over the motherboard. So that's the reason why it's not magnetized. Okay, so we're about done. So we're gonna connect the battery like that and like that. Good job. So what I want to do next, I just want to secure it with some anti-static tape, because sometimes it just falls off and bounces around. That's a really nice anti-static tape that will be holding the battery a little bit here. All right, so it's not going to be moving anywhere. All right, and okay, good job. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Again, the reason we show you those videos so that if you want, you could just send us the motherboard, save some money. All right. Just final check. All right. And come on, stay like that. Don't pressure anything. Sure. I just don't want the cable for the fan to be stuck between the casings. Okay, good job. The goal is to keep here on the lowest torque possible. That way nothing gonna get damaged. Wonderful, good job. With this go over, let's see if it's gonna work with this power supply that they sent. Okay, sorry. It's I need to cut it out somehow. All right. Client's info. Alrighty. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody was chewing on the hole again. I'm not sure if this inside hole is what this laptop, this jack needs, but let's hope. Okay, so it's connected. Let's see if we wiggle it. Is there a light anywhere? No, there is no light here anywhere. Oh, there is light on here, on this end. Right, so you see the light? Yeah, you see the light. Now let's wiggle it a little bit. Well, the light stays on and it's pretty solid, but again, I'm not 100% sure. All right, so we got the Acer on the screen. And I don't want to show the client's information here. And right there we show that it's plugged in and charging. You see this socket and the battery charging. Okay. Now let me just double check to make sure that the the keyboard is working. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, overall, I really like this laptop. I like this laptop because it's so light. I like that the screen itself is a matte screen. It's not a glassy screen that's gonna kill your head every day. Let's see if we can. Wow, it's really bright matte screen. So overall, I really like the laptop. I would probably buy one of those for myself. If I would need a laptop, I don't really need a laptop. But in general, Acer Aspire 5 is, I don't see, oh wow, it's IPS. Oh, now I know what IPS is. It's wide viewing angle. No, but quite honestly, in my opinion, matte screen like that, widescreen, even though it's full HD, I do prefer 4K monitors nowadays, but it is what it is. I mean, 4K is a huge difference. All right, so the wireless picks up, the touchpad is fine, the keyboard is fine. I don't know about the sound, but I guess it should be fine. All right, shut down. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.